So I was thinking, as I usually do, I ponder, and I was thinking about how getting through life is going to be like kind of hard and a little stressful and stuff like that. And then I just had a random thought, and it's like you kind of have to, not even kind of, you just really have to find like the beauty in the mundane of life, like in the commute to work or when you're going grocery shopping and stuff like that. You kind of got to find the joy in that. You can't just like instant gratify your way through life. You can't just keep hopping on your phone and trying to like doom scroll your way through life. You kind of have to be bored. Like you just have to be bored at times. You can't just keep swiping like every 30 seconds and like instantly gratifying your existence. Doom scrolling your existence. And you kind of just gotta be bored. And I feel like you also have to find a form of like community within the mundane too. Like if you're going to the DMV and you know you're gonna be bored at the DMV, and you know you're probably gonna doom scroll at the DMV, and you're off that day to go to the DMV and all that. I feel like it's nothing to just like text somebody and ask them like, "Hey, are you doing anything?" Monday morning or something like that, and then telling them like, "Yeah, I'm going to the DMV and I want to know if you want to just tag along or whatever the case may be, just to do it." And I think that's how you build closer friendships or like closer relationships, by being able to just be bored together, be kind of annoyed together in a way. Like I remember a video, like it was a little video I saw, and it was like of Kev on stage saying like, you gotta be with somebody who you can sit alone like in an airport with. And I feel like you could take that with like anything, like even with like just like friendships and stuff like that. Like you gotta be close with people and like cool with people that you can like literally just be together and around each other and be bored. I feel like it's super easy to just like be isolated, and I feel like it's super like normal nowadays to be like isolated and like in the house all day and stuff like that. And I admit like I definitely do that, and I'm trying to like actively like break out of that. Like when I feel like I'm in the house too long or something, I just step outside and I go for a walk. Like I just try to force myself to be like outside and not just trapped like in the crib and stuff like that. And I feel like if you're gonna be bored, I feel like the best time to be bored is to just be outside and bored or something like that. Because it's not like every day you're gonna like have a blast. You're not gonna do something fun every day. You might not even really have like a super hard laugh every day either. You just sometimes you just existing throughout the day because you're having a real mundane type of day and all that. And I feel like if you want to live a pretty good life, I feel like you have to step out of your phone to be able to have that. And I feel like the more disconnected you are with your phone, I feel like you can become more connected with yourself and just with life in general. And even now myself, I try to actively be disconnected from my phone. Like I feel like it's easy, like if your job lets you like listen to music or podcasts while you're at work, it's easy to like kind of distract yourself with being, you know, listening to music and stuff like that. And I admit, like I've done it before, like I've gone the whole day listening to music or whatever. But I feel like at times I don't want to do that, and I would just rather be in my thoughts or just be bored while I'm at work. And I feel like that's a weird thing to do or say, but I'm kind of getting out of that thought process of do I think it's weird? And then when I answer the question honestly on why I think it's weird is because I think, oh, other people might think I'm weird if I just have earplugs in, because like the machines that I work with are kind of loud, so I have earplugs and all that. Like they might think I'm weird, but one, nobody's looking at me, nobody gives a fuck about me. Two, I really just don't give a fuck if people think that, because I don't want to listen to music. I don't want to listen to a podcast. I just want to be kind of bored and kind of just be in my thoughts. And I learned that when I do that more, I feel more connected with myself, and I feel more, at peace in a way. So, yeah, find beauty in the mundane, and I think life will get a little bit easier. Anyway, that's all I got today. Be safe, be breezy.